Hey, everybody.
Hi, guys.
We are live, and it is the Thursday night prospect training.
Woo!
So we always have fun on these calls. So, I still call them calls.
I really had to make myself not say Happy Thursday.
At least it would have been right. You've been saying Happy Friday.
See, look at me. I messed up.
She just meant to say Happy Friday when she said it. Okay. All right. Anyway, yeah. So tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to go through some commonly asked questions that I get when I'm doing prospecting. And Miss Caitlin will share a little bit of information on some very exciting, she showed me kind of what's in the works, some very exciting tools we have that honestly will answer almost all the questions I have and more.
Yeah.
But there's something about when people get involved in network marketing or in any kind of home business, quite honestly, there's just this air of mystery, this air of doubt as to if you can do it because you don't even understand it.
Right.
And so I've been doing calls lately, and I've had several presentations I've given where people have had some questions that, to me, as we talk about on this call, sometimes some of these questions seem so elementary to us. They're like, well, you don't even think to bring that up in a presentation because you assume if someone's looking into home-based businesses or network marketing that they already kind of know how it all works.
Yeah.
But Caitlin, I'm here to tell you they don't.
What?
Calm down now.
Oh
yeah.
God.
There are people out there that they say, I want a home-based business. I want to build a business from home. I want to work and be able to manage my time. And that's as far as they know about it. Like
Right.
literally, that's all they know about it. They just know that you can work from home.
Yeah.
And then when you get on the phone and you talk to them and say, hey, I've got a great opportunity. This business has been around for 24, well, it'll be 24 years in October. We've got a industry leading product that does wonders for your body, for the immune system and adjusting your health. They're just like dead silence.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ask the questions, and the questions they ask, I just assumed that they had already known this much to even inquire.
Right.
You don't typically go into something completely blind and ask to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you have some sort of idea of what you're doing. So some of the most commonly asked questions that people will come up with. And now this refers to cold market. It refers to warm market. It refers to any facet of the market, because at any time when you're prospecting someone, you can run into these questions. These are, again, to many of you, you're going to think, well, that's so elementary. Why would they not know that? But you'd be surprised. After all the years I've been doing this and all the calls I do day to day, it's a daily, weekly thing. I get these questions. So first thing they say, one of the first questions or most common questions, especially if they're responding as a cold call or even a warm market that is kind of moonlighting and wanting to do something from home. What is this business? I mean, like, what is this? And when they say that, I'm not talking about your company. They're saying, what is this business? What they mean is, what is this industry? What is home-based business?
Right.
And again, I would think that if someone's going to go into that, like if you go into homeschooling with your kids, you look at curriculum, you look at it, you kind of know what you're getting into. Now, when you homeschool, the reality of like, my kids are home all day and I'm the teacher, once that hits you, a lot of people, they run after that. But when they say, what is this business? What kind of business is this? Okay. It seems a very, very, again, elementary question, but then you have to break down what network marketing is, what referral marketing is. And Caitlin and I have talked about this on these calls before. It's as simple as telling them, hey, you like a steak at a new place, you tell your friends about it, you don't get paid for that. But if you like these products, you like this business, you tell people about it, they try it, you get paid for it.
Right.
That's just the simplest, just broke down, like, this is how simple it can be.
Yes. Now,
people will say, well, I thought this was a job. That's another thing I get on a lot of these calls. People are like, well, I thought this was an interview and I'm signing up for a job. Like, no. That's a job.
Right.
You're wanting a business. So this is a business that you own, that you become your own boss. You become a one-on-one distributor with the company. The products are shipped right to you. All of your people, you don't have to stock product. All your people become direct with the company.
Right.
You start explaining those little things like that, and things you can hear in the questions and the way they respond that it starts firing. They're like, oh, okay.
Right.
But when people say, what is this business? What kind of business is this? It's referral marketing is the newest, freshest term, I guess. It used to be MLM, then everyone went to network marketing. Now it's referral marketing, because essentially it's what you're doing. You're referring people to the products, referring people to the opportunity. So that's a very common question I get is, what kind of business is this? What is this all about? So you can break it down into very simple terms. You don't have to go into, well, our company started in 1998 and we got this product and now we built this pay plan that pays you on all the, trust me.
You're going to lose them.
You're going to lose them. They don't need to know all that. You introduce them into the marketing and into this industry in steps. And the first step is not the one where you dump every percentage at every level and every bonus to them when they ask, how does this business work, or what kind of business is it? They want to know what is it all about? How does it work? That's all they're asking.
Right.
The other thing is people ask you, well, what's this going to cost? Do I have to spend money? And if I do, how much? Okay. Because again, many times people think they're interviewing for a job. They think you're calling them back to give them an interview.
Right.
And so when you go to an interview, guess what? When you work at McDonald's, you don't pay to work at McDonald's. But when you work at McDonald's, you're only paid for the hours that you're there.
Right.
You don't have the beauty of network marketing, referral marketing, which is leveraging your time.
Right.
You can get paid when you're not working. Whereas anywhere else, you clock in, clock out, and guess what? That little window between the clock in and clock out, that's all you're paid for.
Yep.
Period. Well, in network marketing and referral marketing, you do have to invest. Okay. You do have to purchase product each month, but that's minimal compared to the amount of commission and the amount of money that you can make in the long run by building your business. So, and again, it's a leverage of time. You don't have to put 40 hours in a week, 60 hours a week, 80 hours in a week to build your business. You get a few good leaders that do the same thing. Now you work 10 hours. Well, they're also putting 10 hours. Their people are putting 5, 4, 3, couple hours, whatever. All of those hours literally add up to your business, because that's what it's doing. So you're leveraging time. You actually have a network of people working together, building your business with you, not for you, with you, because they're building their business. That's part of their goal. But as they build their business, it helps your business as well. Okay. So that's another question. Now that segues into another question that you have to deal with, which can be a bit of an obstacle sometimes. Is you have to know the way things work to answer it so that people understand it. But people say, well, that sounds like one of these pyramid schemes. Okay. We don't like saying the P word around here, but yeah, we don't like saying it around here. But the fact is, it comes up a lot. People will ask that. Well, I had a gentleman ask me that the other day. I was doing a call, it was going great presentation. He goes, well, yeah, but I mean, it kind of sounds like one of those pyramid things. So what's the difference between this and a pyramid? I said, well, the first thing is that you don't get paid for bringing people in. You can bring as many people as you want in it. You don't make a dime off of any of them unless they're ordering product. You're getting paid commission. So if anything, this is more of a modified direct sales type of a situation than it is any type of recruiting thing or any type of a pyramid scheme, because you're paid on moving product. It's legitimate product. You don't move it, you don't get paid. Simple as that. When you're in a pyramid scheme, what they'll say is they'll give you a product like back in the old days, soap on a rope. I don't know, weird invention, but whatever. Those of you who are old school know what I'm talking about. There literally was soap on a rope that you could buy.
That's weird.
Yeah. And so, but a lot of these companies would sell stuff like that, like little kitschy little things for the home, and then toothpaste and this and that. But some of them would sell something like that, and it would be, you'd get 2%, 1% commission off of it. But if you got 10 of their friends to order it as well, then you made money on the 10 friends. You got a bonus for signing them that had nothing to do with the product. Now they'll say, well, we're selling a product and that's what got them hooked. But is it, what you're selling is a pay plan. And when you're selling just a pay plan and all it's about is getting those numbers in, turn tail and run, because that's a red flag.
Right.
If there's not a legitimate product that's being sold and you're not being paid commission on that product, just turn around, walk away.
Yeah.
You can have bonuses. That's okay to have bonuses in a pay plan. We have a lot of bonuses in ours, but the bonuses are based off of the commission. They're based off of LP, which is your point value for each product. So again, you don't get those bonuses unless the product's moving.
Right.
So one of the things you're going to have to explain when people bring the P word into it, and they say, this sounds like one of those P word schemes. Okay. That could go south. That should maybe 6 months. Anyway,
triangle.
Yeah, triangle. Yeah. But when people ask that, all you have to do is tell them, well, I understand that you're looking at the structure, and because I'm getting paid, but I'm helping someone above me get paid, and then people below me will get paid, it looks like that. Well, in truth, all businesses have that structure.
And with a pyramid scheme, you can never outrank the person above you.
Right.
But in non-pyramid schemes,
You can.
yeah, you can totally be 3 levels above the person
Right.
that's above you.
Yeah, the person above you could be at the diamond level, but you could be underneath them and be a gold or be a platinum. Doesn't matter. But in pyramid, that never happens. The person above you is always going to be making more money. They're always going to have higher esteem. They're always going to have a higher position than you. So in this, again, it's legitimate. Each person is direct with the company. Another thing I tell people, people say, well, okay, so am I going to have to stock a lot of products? That's another question. Because back in the day, Amway, Old World, Shackley, all of these old school guys, you had to buy into the company. Like you bought in like big time.
Right.
And I know people when I was growing up that had garages full of Amway products, and they were buying them to qualify, but they weren't selling them because Amway was set up to where a lot of it was done. That was before the internet, before all that stuff. You called meetings to your house and you sold people products at the meetings, and then you sold them on becoming a distributor themselves. So
cool.
We had people, my mom had friends that all the time had Glisten gum, which was an Amway gum that cleaned your teeth, and always had all these like crazy, household products and stuff like that. Always had them, hardly ever sold them. Would have meetings and loved having the meetings, got all excited and everything, but I don't think they ever made any money at it. They enjoyed the social aspect of it. And quite honestly, network marketing, at least in its infancy back then, was targeted towards the housewives, the people that stayed home and had time to do this.
Right.
The husbands were out working 9 to 5, wherever, whether it be a bank or a factory, whatever. The wives stayed at home with the kids, kept the house, but then needed something to do with that extra time. So guess what? Now these companies are offering the women a chance to make some money. That's where it all kind of early on. So everyone I knew when I was younger that was in network marketing usually was a housewife. And they were friends of my mom, and they always had products sitting around because they'd have to buy into these companies, thousands of dollars worth of product over a period of time. And it ended up in their closet, ended up in their garage, ended up, all over the place. But yet I never saw any of them making money at it, but they sure enjoyed the social side of it. And so, good for them, made them happy, whatever.
They enjoyed it or something.
Yeah. So that's one of the questions I get too, is like, well, do I have to stock a bunch of products? How do people get the product? If I'm making money off of the product and I'm selling the product, does that mean I'm walking around with it in a bag and I'm going up to people? Absolutely not. This is one of the things that's great about the way things have changed. Each person that you sign up, okay, whether they're a customer, whether they decide to build a business, each person you sign up becomes a direct customer with the company. Now, every time they order, because you sign them up under your ID number, every time they order, you get commission off of it, but they get the product shipped directly to them from the company.
Right.
So you don't have to stock any. There's no back room at my house full of product. I mean, we have a lot of product in my house, but that's because I order a lot of product. I got the protein, got a whole bunch of stuff. But you don't have to. You're only required at any given point. You're only required to order 100 life points. That goes for you if you just started today. That goes for me if I'm a platinum. I'm never required to order more than 100 life points to qualify. That's it. that's another thing that you can use as a selling point when you're answering these questions of how much do I have to invest, product and all stuff. Hey, you're never going to have to invest more than 100 life points. And if you start out at that level, guess what? It's never going to go up.
And that's only if you want to personally do the 100 LP.
Right.
Because we have a couple different ways that you can achieve
I always
that.
forget about that.
Yeah, because 4Life does 100 PV, which is principal volume.
Mhm.
So you can do that with 100 LP that you buy because
Right.
you want to buy the
Mhm.
protein and you want to buy the plus and you want to buy the prebiotics, you know?
Right.
Or you can do like send your My Shop link to people. When
Mhm.
they purchase with your My Shop link, then you get that LP put on your account.
Right.
That counts towards your PV. You can also do a
Which
hybrid
is
of
awesome.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's awesome because some people, it's a struggle to get that
Right.
monthly order.
Yeah.
But they've got a couple customers underneath them. Well, if they get those customers coming through the My Shop link, it automatically goes towards their qualification.
Yes.
So, it's not
Yeah.
hard.
Nope.
Yeah.
And you can do a mixture of both of them
Mhm.
where you buy a product that is sampleable. We have a lot of products that
Mhm.
are. We have Rio Vita sticks, Rio Vita Burst, prebiotics. We
Energy
have
Go
both
Sticks.
collagens. Yeah, all the Energy Go sticks, the aloe vera sticks. There's a lot of sampleable products, and a lot of them give pretty instant results. The
Right.
Energy Go sticks definitely give
Yeah.
instant results.
See it right away. For sure.
Prebiotics, I would give it a couple days. So what I would do is give someone a couple of them,
Right.
with
Yeah.
the label on it when they purchase. So that product that you bought, that LP goes in your account. And then when they buy with your My Shop, that
Mhm.
LP also goes on your account.
Right.
So that's the beauty of 4Life as well, is
Mhm.
that you have a PV situation, not just an LP. So if
Right.
you can't afford that LP up
Right.
front
Mhm.
and you want to spend the rest of the money on marketing, then
Right.
you can do that.
Yep.
It's very doable.
Yeah, our whole system with the compensation, with the qualification, all that, it's very user friendly.
Mhm.
I mean, it really is for people, especially for people like the people who ask the questions I'm talking about tonight, who are very new to this. Sometimes that investment scares people.
Right.
We had one of these trainings a few weeks ago, and we mentioned that you can use, if you put that out there towards the beginning of the call, you can use the investment as a way to vet people.
Mhm.
Because if people say, yeah, I want a business, and then you mention them, well, it's going to take this much of a monthly commitment.
Right.
A lot of times that's when people will choose to either say, oh, it's not for me, or okie dokie, or accidentally get disconnected, or whatever.
Right.
But to know that you can reach that without having to bear all of that yourself once you start building, that's a
You
pretty
could
nice thing to
even
do.
work that into your presentation, like giving them a presentation and being
Right.
like, okay, so that sounds great, doesn't it? How much do you think this costs per month?
Right.
They could be like, oh, well, I mean, it
Oh,
sounds
no.
like a great deal. So maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, like a 250 or something.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
And be like, actually, that's a great budget,
Right.
but you could do this bare minimum for $100.
Yep.
And then they're like,
Yeah.
what?
Mind is blown.
Yeah. Just saying.
Right.
Just an idea.
Exactly. Yeah. See? So, I mean, that's the great thing about it. And as people get into these and they ask all these questions, you'll learn more and more how to direct them. One of the other things I wanted to mention was, and this is something someone asked me just yesterday, a guy said, I like what I've heard. So what do I need to do to get involved? Like, how do I get started? What do I need to do? Because I had mentioned to him, he asked about the product. So I told him about Transfer Factor. He asked about how long the company had been in business. He was asking all the right questions,
Right.
And he said, okay, what do I need to do? And I said, pretty simple. You purchase your distributor kit or your welcome kit, for $25 one time, never have to do it again, and purchase your product. And that product activates that distributorship.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. that's
The
a good way to
welcome
say that.
kit, the welcome kit gets you a distributor ID. The product activates it.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
And so he's like, oh, okay, well, I need some more information. This sounds like something I definitely am interested in what you're saying. So I verified his email address, sent him an email, going to get back with them tomorrow, give them a day or so to view it and everything.
Right.
Get back with them tomorrow and kind of see where things go. Sometimes people want to sign up right there on the spot. I find nowadays, especially new people, more times than not, they don't want to sign up on the spot. They want to get the information, look at it, ask the questions, then make their decision.
Yeah.
Makes sense, So, but I mean, that was what this guy said. He's like, well, what do I need to do? Tell me what I need to do. And I said, again, you want to use the KISS method. You don't want to overcomplicate it. Just keep it as simple as possible. And so I told him, I said, hey, buy a $25 kit. Once you got your kit, got your ID number, order a product.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't even have to order at the 100 life points to stay active. You can order toothpaste. You can order any of our products that are, $8, $10, whatever, because they just want to see that distributor ID becomes active.
Yeah.
And as long as there's a product, it's active. And you literally can do that and then market. And then if you don't have anyone sign up and you want to wait till you got people under you, once you've ordered a product, you have 6 months before they're going to purge you from the system. So if you order that little $10 product each month, you can do that, or order it every other month, order it once and then order it at 5 months so you don't get purged and keep marketing. You can do it several different ways. But that was something important for them to know, was that, yeah, you can do this. That's what you got to do to get started. It's very simple. It's, it's not like we need a blood sample or anything like that. It's just you sign up and say, here you go. And one other thing I wanted to mention was, what does this business require to build? Okay, now that's very much a question you're going to hear from these people who have never done network marketing.
Right.
The first thing they generally ask is, what does it take to build this? And then I say, well, you've got to get out there and market. And then they'll say, so do you guys provide the leads? Do you guys provide the tools? Do you guys provide the marketing? And this is a perfect time to tell them about professional networkers, DiamondsR4Life, tell them about the portal, tell them about all these tools and systems, because at that point, now they don't know what they're asking, but what they're asking for is help.
Right.
Because now they're like, okay, I'm interested, I like this, so how do I do this? Tell me what I need to do to build this business. So the easiest answer for that is that, yes, we can provide leads for you at cost. We don't charge you more than we get charged for it. All of our tools and systems are given to you at cost. Our services are absolutely free. They don't cost you a dime. But anything you get from us that you do pay for, you're paying exactly what we pay. We don't make any money off of any of our systems or any of our tools. It's all given you direct. And in some cases, you basically use a link and you buy it direct from the company anyway, but you use the templates and things that we have designed. So again, it's bypassing us altogether. So that's something that also encourages people, is when they see that, okay, so I'm going underneath you and you've got all these tools and things, what's that going to cost me? Well, you get it the same cost I get it.
Right.
We're not making anything on it. We just want to facilitate the tools to be there and to be available to you. So that's how I generally answer that when people say, how do I build this business? Well, you've got to get leads in front of you. You can't build a business by sitting at home just ordering product. It's not going to work. You have to spread the word. And so there's different ways of doing that nowadays. You can do social media, you can do mailing pieces, you can do local flyers and business cards and local meetings. You can even do cold calling, buying lists and just calling people random, not randomly, but just calling these people through this list.
Yeah.
So there's several ways you can do this to build this business. It's not a one-track, one-way road. There are several different ways to do it.
Yeah.
And one of the great things is that a lot of these questions that we have, or that these people have, can be answered if they would go to the website. And that's where I want to turn it over to Caitlin, because she has some exciting information about some tools that she's been working on, been cooking up. They're not ready yet, but they are in the works. I've seen some of it, and you guys are going to love it. But she has tools and systems that basically, a lot of these questions that we've talked about tonight, her system is geared to answer those questions.
Yeah. Just
step by step. I mean, literally like reading a tutorial, reading how-to, a recipe. It's just step by step by step, answers almost all these questions.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about
So everything, as you guys know, everything is always evolving
it. Mhm.
at DiamondsR4Life. Okay, we come out with something new, pretty big and new every couple months,
Right.
I would say.
Right.
And right now we're working on revamping the whole welcome system,
Mhm.
rank training, and the roadmap to your success.
Okay.
We're kind of trying to build it all into a seamless beginning to seasoned networker or
Right.
transfer factor, I like to say. So that's basically what we're working on.
Okay.
And the first couple chapters are pretty much done. And all of the things that you talked about are answered in those chapters.
Well, what do you know? I didn't even plan that way. That worked out quite
Yeah.
well.
So it really walks people through step by step
Mhm.
the different avenues that there are for marketing. And
Right.
it really only tells them the things that they need to know. Like you said, keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
You know, you don't want to overload people with information.
Right.
It's very trackable because right now the welcome system is built into a website. It's not as trackable as it would be if it was a course. So we're moving it to a course.
Nice.
So you have like your own account that you can sign into. It tracks all of your progress. So if you have 30 minutes to give to your business that day,
Mhm.
give that 30 minutes, log out, come back the next day, and it is all saved for you. So you don't have to worry
Nice.
about that.
So it's like those online tests that you
Yeah.
can save and come back and finish later.
Yes.
Same type of thing, except this isn't a test per se, but you are logging so you can keep track.
Exactly. And
Nice.
what this really is going to do for one is be super mobile friendly. It's
Oh.
trackable. Like I just said, it's easy to come back to at any point. You can always go back in the lessons if you need a review. Also, this is going to be something that is so easy to use for team building.
Ooh,
Because what you're going to do is send somebody to the portal.
Mhm.
They're going to create their portal after enrolling. They're going to create their portal. They're going to be pointed towards the university in the welcome system.
Nice.
And from there, they complete the welcome system. They're integrated. We have condensed the welcome system into lesser steps and then taken those other steps and put them into the, the roadmap 2.0 type thing.
Okay, cool.
So it's going to be so seamless that you'll basically be able to tell your new member, listen, you go through that university and you won't have any questions.
Yeah.
You know, you can always call me and definitely ask me questions, but have you
won't
gone
need to.
through?
Yeah.
Anytime they call you, you'd be like, okay, well, where are you at in your university?
Right.
That's the only question that you will probably ever have to ask them is where are you at in the university? If they're like, oh, well, I just need to know, what kind of methods are there for marketing this? Like, okay, well, where are you at in your university? Because in the lesson plan, it's right here in chapter 2.
Right. The old teacher-student argument. It's
Yeah.
like, well, if you'd read the lesson.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be super cool. Like he said, it's being worked on right now, actively being worked on. But we will announce it once it's
Right.
released. And future people that are watching this, go ahead and head over to the My DiamondsR4Life portal because it may be done.
Yeah. Create your portal. Check it out.
Mhm.
Yeah. We may be talking to the future right now.
Yeah. Hi. How's it going? Hopefully great.
Hello. Right. So, but that's kind of what we wanted to talk about tonight. Kind of short and sweet. Just wanted to, because like I said, these are questions that I get all the time, and I'm sure people out there are getting them. And, so many times when we get a question, we automatically go to the most complex and complicated answer because we think we're going to cover everything in this one answer. But 90% of the time, the people just want a simple answer. They just want to keep it simple. And so keep it simple, stupid. KISS method. Just keep running that through your mind when someone asks a question. Because let's say if you give them the simplest answer and they want more, they'll ask for more.
Right.
They'll say, oh, well, that's good, but what I really need to know is this. But if you assume that when they say, how does this business work, that they want to know how each level is achieved and what percentage each level has, and where does the infinity pace start and stop, and how you cut off, and what about this builder bonus? Trust me.
How often are you ever asked those questions on prospecting calls?
I would say almost never.
Ooh.
Because most of your prospects are going to be people that are new to this or have only had a few experiences. They're not going to be the industry leader. Now, when I've spoken to people who have been in the industry a long time, who have worked different companies, who have been successful, they'll ask those questions.
Right.
And when they do, I can answer them. But the fact is, most people, that never even comes up.
So, question.
Yes.
Put you on the hot seat.
Okay.
If you were an experienced person,
Mhm.
and I was an experienced person, and I was like, well, Shayne, this is sounding great. I gotta ask you, bro, am I gonna get paid on every single purchase that goes into my team? And like, when do those infinity bonuses, I read through the thing that you told me about, infinity bonuses, group bonuses, I'm just trying to spit things at you. What are your answers for me?
Well, the first thing is that when people ask those kind of questions, they're generally, the key one that they really want to know is, when am I getting paid?
Love that.
Okay. They may ask all this other, like, hey, there's a bonus here, there's a bonus that. What they really want to know is, when am I going to get paid? How do I get paid? Okay. You get paid once your commission has reached a certain point. They're not going to send you a $2 check.
Right.
They would spend more printing the paper and getting the postage to it. I don't remember what the threshold is, but I think it's around $12 to $15 or something like that. Because I remember talking to a man who's like, hey man, I got my first check today. He goes, I am so excited. And I'm like, awesome. How much was it? Or no, I didn't even ask him how much it was, because that felt rude. But he's like, he goes, and it was great, man. He goes, I've been in other companies and I've never made $1. And I'm like, that is amazing, man. I said, I'm so proud for you. And he's like, yeah, $12.50, man. I was like, whoa, $1,250. He goes, no, $12.50. And I'm like, what? And he said, you don't understand. He goes, I've never made a penny in all the other ones. And he goes, I've signed people up, but I've never made enough money to actually get paid.
Wow.
And so I know that they'll send things out that show. Now, granted, nowadays, I don't think hardly any of it's done through check. It's all done direct deposit.
Yeah.
So I need to find out exactly what the threshold is on when they, what's the lowest increment they'll send to you. But they get paid direct deposit. You set that up with the company once you get in there. The bonuses, those come down the road, because you have to have a certain structural requirements met. Okay. You don't hit an infinity bonus till at least a diamond.
Right.
Okay. Once you hit a diamond, you unlock the 4th level on down, and then you get bonuses that go quite deep. Okay. Until then, when you're in just the associate level, your first 3 levels, you will get paid on your top 3 all the way across. Okay. Every time someone orders a product, yes, everyone in your line, every time someone orders in your group, you're going to get paid. Now, once you hit someone down deep that's at the same level as you, it does cut it down. Doesn't cut it completely off, but it cuts your commission down. So there is a point where you may not get the full percentage of something down below, because you got someone at your level that, to say cuts you off is not the right terminology, but they reduce it from that point on, because they're at your same level. Okay. So you do get paid on product every time it's purchased in your group, especially if there's someone directly underneath you or directly underneath in your top 3. So infinity bonuses, again, that's down the road. You don't have to worry about that for a while. So don't even mess with it. Don't confuse yourself with all the numbers. Don't confuse yourself with all the percentages. Worry about where you're at. And where you're at is, when you start building, worry about your top 3 levels. 2%, 25%, 5%. That's all I need to worry about. And every time a customer orders, 25%. So that's the way I usually tell people, because otherwise I tell them, hey, we can get into this, but just so you know, you're going to need a pen and paper, and we're going to take some time, because if you've never done this before, it can be confusing. So I just break it down.
Shayne,
right.
You could also send them the compensation plan video.
Yeah, absolutely.
The DiamondsR4Life YouTube channel.
See, that's where you're going. You're
Well,
keeping it on, you're keeping it in the tools, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You're just trying to show off.
I'm like, you're just
Shayne.
trying to tap my head here, trying to tap into my brain. Get out. No. But yeah, that's the easiest way. Yeah, what she said. Send them to the
Pick A or B.
yeah. I would pick that because this takes too much. Yeah,
That's a lot of.
it
brain power
confuses
over
you
there.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's the way you can do it. You can again, the tools and systems. We tell you guys every single week, every single call, not just my call, the other calls we do. We constantly tell everyone the tools are there. Use them.
They make your job so much easier.
Yes.
Do you want to learn all of that, or do you just want to send them to a video?
Send them to a
I mean,
video.
you can learn all of that. There's no problem.
Today's
with that,
generation, nobody wants to hear all that. They just want to give me a link.
Yeah.
Let me figure it out
Send
on my
them to
own.
a video. Go read a book.
Yeah.
Go watch the Netflix.
Or work out, or grab a pizza, or whatever it is that you do. That you
I
enjoy.
vote for option 2.
So anyway, so yeah, great call.
Yeah.
Caught me off guard with that, but thanks anyway.
You're welcome.
I need to pull that out of my brain.
Yeah,
So
anytime.
that's good. I need room for other junk. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for being on the
Friday
Facebook
night.
Live. Yeah, Saturday night call. But until next time, it's Frankie Shayne and Katie Lane, and we are out. Later, guys.